Hey, Iostix here. I am a professional FPS coach and former professional coach for Overwatch League organizations like the New York Excelsior and the Boston Uprising, with now more than 5 years of professional coaching experience under my belt, running the biggest private coaching business over at iostix.com and helping out players for free over on my Discord's Ask Stux Anything channel. There we go. What's going on with your movement?
What do you mean?
Okay, how should you move as Widow?
I never really thought about movement on Widow, to be honest. I just cannot move a little bit. Is that wrong?
It's a little random. The problem is you have like 10 billion different pick opportunities here, but you do not land a single shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that could have been a pick. Like, look at the enemy team comp.
Yeah.
Do you notice anything about the enemy team right now?
Only a Genji can jump me, and they have Zen, Ana, and McCree that are easy picks.
Okay. So what's the main problem for you as Widowmaker against the enemy team?
The shield and the Genji, I think.
Okay. But where is the enemy shield right now?
In spawn.
So there's nothing stopping you from getting picks, right?
Right, yes.
Okay. So, like, at least one target needs to die. I mean, maybe... Did you warm up before this game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't warm up enough. I don't know.
No, because the problem... Okay, so the thing is, mechanics is something that scales with playtime. So the more playtime you have, the better your mechanics generally are. Okay? Right now, if I look at your gameplay, like, this sounds harsh, but it doesn't look like the gameplay from someone who plays 80 hours a week. You know?
Fair enough.
So there's like something very, very fundamentally wrong because your mechanics need to be way, way better. Like, you haven't...
But also... No, sorry. Go on.
You said earlier that, like, you think the problem is you're not getting, like, enough picks. Like, I don't think that's the problem. The problem is, like, it's taking you... Like, you don't need a lot of picks as Widowmaker. So Widowmaker... What is the definition of a pick?
A kill?
No, a kill and a pick are two different things. What's a pick?
I don't know.
Okay, so a pick comes from to pick someone off. It's basically when you're in a 6v6, for example, and then you kill one person and you make it a 6v5. That's a pick. Okay?
Okay.
So a pick is when you get the first, like, when you get a kill before a team fight starts. That's the definition of a pick. If the team fight has already started, then you're just getting kills, but you're not getting picks. Like, it's too late for picks. Okay? Like, for example, like, so if the enemy team says, oh my god, like, I can't do anything, like, this Widowmaker keeps getting picks, it basically means that you keep, like, they can't regroup. They're never as 6 because you always pick one person off before they can do anything. Right? But if both teams start fighting and, like, the Rhine runs in and people use ults and abilities and everything, then it's not a pick anymore. Then people are just, you know, like, just killing each other. Okay? So your job as a pick-based character, like Widowmaker or like Ashe, is to get picks. Okay? With Ashe, it's a little bit more hybrid. Like she's good at getting picks, but if she doesn't get a pick, it's not the end of the world because she has a strong ultimate. Okay? As Widowmaker, like, your character is really, really garbage at everything except getting picks. So a Widowmaker, if you don't kill anyone before the team fight starts, you're just, like, you're not going to be very effective. Every other hitscan DPS is more effective during a team fight than Widowmaker. But Widowmaker is really good at not giving the enemy team fair fights, at getting picks so that the enemy team can't do anything. Okay, so the problem is not that you're not getting, like, if you, let's say you play a team fight and you get one kill in that team fight and then you lose the team fight, right? What I'm thinking is you would look at the team fight and you would say, oh, I lost the team fight, so my one kill wasn't enough. I need to kill more people. But like that's not the correct approach. If you play someone like McCree or Tracer, then yes. But with a pick-based character, the amount of kills you get doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is how fast you get the first kill. How early you can get your first pick. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So if we look at this like entire, like let me just put it into terms. So we just look at this first defense again, right here. Right, so right here, like the team fight hasn't started yet. Like this is the pick phase, basically, or like technically it's called the pick and poke phase. Okay, so this is where both teams just stand together, and they're just looking for picks, or they're just trying to do spam damage. Okay, but right here the team fight hasn't really started. So this is where characters like Widowmaker really shine, and this is where you need to get your pick. Okay, once the enemy team starts running in, now this is where the team fight starts. Because now the enemy Ryan is punching into your Ryan. So if you look at the clock, this is 20 seconds after the round has started. Okay? So at this point for you, like the team fight is already over. Like it's too late. Even if you get a kill now, it's not going to be a pick. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Because your Reinhardt, he's almost dead. He got anti-naded, he's getting pushed out, the enemy team is getting a bunch of space. Okay. At this point, like the enemy team has basically won the team fight already. Okay. So when you analyze your own team fights, for every single team fight you look at, you need to ask yourself, how could I have gotten a pick earlier here? Which means for this team fight, you just need to look at the first 20 seconds. Okay. And if you get a pick or not, like it always depends on like it's always one of two things. So either you didn't get a pick because you didn't get any opportunities, or you didn't get a pick because you just didn't capitalize on those opportunities. Okay? So, for example, let's say that you are just like constantly standing in front of a shield. Like let's say if we move forward here, let's say the enemy Reinhardt was standing right here, and he was just holding up his shield like that. Okay? Then you don't have any opportunities because the enemy squishies would be behind the shield, so you can't kill them. Okay? Yes. But in that case, when you're not getting any opportunities, you need to ask yourself, how can I get those opportunities? And that's when you look into flanks. So for example, if the enemy Reinhardt was here, then next time you can maybe try playing from this angle. And then see if you can get a pick this way. Okay? Widowmaker is very, very high risk, high reward. Like, you don't just want to stand in the back. Most of the time, especially when you're in higher elo, if you want to get picks, you need to play a little aggressive, a little off-angle-ish. Okay? But this isn't very high elo, so look how exposed they are. Like, if I was reviewing this McCree or this Ana, like, I would tell them this Widowmaker, like, is going to kill you in high elo. Because they're just standing completely exposed without any cover. Okay? But for you, the problem is, at least in this team fight, not that you're not getting any opportunities, it's just that you're not, like, capitalize on them. Like, none of your shots are connecting. Like, Ana could die there, like, right there, that body shot against the Zen, like, that could have been a headshot. You know, right there, that shot could have been a headshot. Right there, that could have been a headshot. Like, you had like 4 or 5 opportunities to get a pick there. But you didn't get a single one of them. So that usually points to a mechanics problem, which again, like, doesn't really make sense because you play the game 80 hours a week. So the question then becomes, why are your mechanics not good when you play for 80 hours a week? You know? What so let me just go like through some of the basics. What's your in-game sensitivity and your DPI?
3200 DPI and 1 in-game sense.
Okay, that's pretty low, but it's okay. What's your relative scoped scans?
I think 38.
Okay, that's fine as well. Okay, so settings are okay. What is your warm-up routine?
15 minutes aim arena and like 10 or 15 minutes with headshots.
Okay. I see. Wait, so so first of all, you warm up for almost 2 hours?
No. 15 minutes.
Oh,
So
15. Okay, so 30
yeah.
minutes total.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 50. Okay. Aim Arena is the what fucking mode was that again? Like the one where like everyone just stands like out in the open?
Yeah, it's not very good.
So why do you do it?
Because there's no other modes to warm up in the morning. Because nobody plays free for all.
Okay. So do you know why Aim Arena is not very good?
Because there's no high ground. It's all in the same plane. It's mostly horizontal aiming.
Exactly. So it's basically just horizontal aiming. That's like, it kind of sucks. It also has zero cover.
Yes.
So you never actually like peek shoot. You know? Your movement is basically irrelevant as well because you're just perma strafing and jump shotting. So you can never actually calm down your aiming. And because there's so many people just all around you, like there's like a billion targets.
Yes.
You know? So it's very, very random for the most part. Okay? So that's problem number one. And then the second one, you said Widow Headshot. What are the problems with Widow Headshot?
That you always fight other Widows. Only Widow 8-box.
And what's the problem with practicing on other Widows?
That you don't get used to other heroes' hitboxes?
Yes, so that's number one. You don't get used to the hitboxes of other characters. And then number two, when you play Widow Headshot only, you only play against other Widows. And usually, Widowmakers, they move very, very slowly when they're scoped in.
Yes.
Okay? They either move very slowly or sometimes they don't move at all. Do you see how that is potentially not the greatest environment for aim practice?
Absolutely. So what would be a good alternative if I can't find a free-for-all lobby?
Okay. So if you can't find a free-for-all... So first of all, I would try to just open one up yourself because
Yeah, I always do. I always
okay, but they don't fill up?
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, that's unlucky. Okay, if that's the case, you basically have like two options. Number one is you can try to play in a bot game. Like you just go into a custom game lobby and you add some random bots on both teams. Because at least that way you can play on the proper maps and you can play against the proper hitboxes at like the proper movement speed. So that would already be an upgrade in terms of warm-up, and then you can also supplement that with aim training.
Like aim labs?
Yeah, I mean, usually I recommend aim labs. If you prefer Kovacs, you can, like, it doesn't really matter.
No, I used to do aim labs.
Okay, yeah, just aim labs. Again, like it doesn't, I don't remember the modes that well anymore. I think micro shot or micro flick or something it's called. I think that was the Widowmaker game mode.
Okay.
You don't want to do like the big grit shot or like strafing shit. Like you don't really care about that. You just want to do the one where you do like the very, very small micro flicks. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, both of those are going to be much, much better warm-ups because the warm-ups you do right now, they just teach you very, very bad habits. It is like Aim Arena objectively just sucks ass so much. It's a fun game mode, but it's really stupid as a warm-up. And then Widow Headshot is nice if you want to like push your ego a little. So you can like click heads on other Widows, but it teaches you really bad habits. Another problem with Widow Headshot only is that it like really, really like makes you focus on headshots because you can't land body shots usually. But like that isn't good either. Because like sometimes in the real game, you don't need to go for headshots. You know, so for example, maybe you headshot someone, but you didn't charge it completely, and then you need to finish them off with a body shot. If you get used
all the time and I try to get the headshot.
Exactly, which is like super dumb because you just want to get the pick. You don't care if the second shot, if like the killing shot is a body shot. You just need to get the kill, which again is something that you can practice better in like a bot game. Again, like tryhard FFA would technically be the best, but if that's not available to you, then, you know, so be it. But yeah, what I would do for you, what I would do for now is you can do like 10 minutes in aim labs. I need to find the game mode. Give me 1 second.
I think it's microflix.
Aim labs microphone. I just want to see a video so I don't recommend the wrong fucking game mode to you. Let me check this video. Yeah, exactly. It's microflick. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so just grind micro. I'm just gonna send you the video, like this fucking game mode, for 10 minutes, and then do 20 minutes just against bots in a custom game.
Okay.
Usually, what I recommend is like if you change the settings, just choose a King of the Hill map, and then just set the like the respawn time all the way down so that they can get back quicker and you can keep shooting them, and just practice that. Like again, it's still not going to be super duper amazing compared to tryhard FFA, but you don't have that option, unfortunately, so that's just how it goes. But yeah, going back to the gameplay, this is 100%, like at least that first team fight was just 100% a mechanics issue.
Yeah, because I remember it gets better.
Yeah,
at least in the defense, so it's probably because I wasn't properly warmed up.
Yeah, and like having a good warm-up is really, really important, because your first games, they kind of set the mood for the day. Like if you have a really shit first few games, see, like that was a body shot, like you really, really need to land headshots. Like the problem in this fight, if you would have just gotten, like the earlier you get a pick, the more valuable it is. So getting one pick before the team fight starts is more valuable than letting the team fight start and then you kill 3 people. You really need to get early kills as Widowmaker. It's your #1 priority. Okay. Same thing there. Could have killed the Ana, but we didn't. The off angle there was actually good. Like your positioning this game is no problem. Like your positioning so far has been perfect. But you could have killed like 3 million people. Okay, right here you need to wait for your team to regroup a little, otherwise you can't peek, or else you get one shot. Okay. Okay, now you need to get up there. See, so this is an example where, again, you're too slow.
Yeah, because my Sigma died already.
So this position was very pressured. Like the enemy team knew you were here. As a pick-based character, your main ally is the element of surprise. If the enemy does not know where you are, then they cannot properly move around your angle, they cannot shield your angle, etc. Which makes landing the shot way, way easier. So right here, when you play this high ground and you get forced out, and you're waiting for your, like right now you're waiting for your team to regroup anyways. So you standing here doesn't do anything. Use the opportunity to look for a different angle. Okay, maybe you can sneak your way in here. Again, this is low elo. People don't follow or track you. If they do, you can fall back a little. Maybe you can just at least play this corner and start looking for picks. You know, maybe you can play back here and then wait until they push in and then you can peek. But the point being is that once you've got, like once you've been spotted here, this position becomes off limits to you. Okay, technically if you want to, you can even go over here, you can look for a hook shot. See if maybe if they see you. If they don't see you, then you can also play this angle. You can let them push in and then you can show up from behind them. Do all of those options make sense?
Yes.
Okay, but whatever you do, like the main reason you have your grappling hook is like it's not a disengage. Like it's, you can use it as a disengage tool, but you mainly want to use it to reposition. But yeah, right here you're just overstaying for way too long. So this is kind of the opposite of the first team fight. In the first team fight, you had like so many opportunities, but you didn't land any shots. Right here, the team fight, like you did see, like now you're landing a shot, but it's too late. Sigma's already dead. Look, your Reinhardt, look, he's already using Shatter. So the team fight is already started. As Widowmaker, we need to give our team an advantage. Because look, you got 2 kills. But do you see how it doesn't make a difference? Like, look, you got 3 kills. But look, the payload is still pushing. Does this look like you won the team fight?
No.
No. But you got 3 picks. So this is probably one of those fights like that should show you that the amount of kills you get is irrelevant. Like, you can get another kill here. Like, you eventually, like, you could kill the McCree. If you killed the McCree, then you would have killed 4 enemies. But you still wouldn't have won the fight, because no matter how many squishies you kill, eventually the tanks are going to be left. And you cannot kill the tanks on your own. So even if you killed the McCree as well, if you killed the McCree, you killed all 4 squishies, you killed both supports, both DPS, the enemy team would still be pushing payload. Okay? But if maybe you were back here, and you got a pick on their McCree before, or a pick on the Genji before the team fight starts, then it's a 6v5, then the team fight is over. Then you just win. Does that entire concept of picks versus kills make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good.
I've been just thinking about it. Like, I never thought about it that way.
You
I was,
Yeah, like payload is just pushing. So now your team is finally back and they can do some cleanup. But look, payload is already halfway through. So now that the team fight is over, you guys need to go to the next, like, set up for the next one. There we go. See, that was really good. That was a pick. Granted, that was like a very early pick, but that buys you a lot of time. Because now, no matter what they do, they need to wait for the Ana to come back. So that's really good. Do you see how you're re-peeking the same position again here?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just chill. Like, your entire team is here. When your entire team is here, it means the entire enemy team is going to be looking up there. You don't want to do that. You instead, maybe you want to stand like back here, for example. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a good angle for Widow. Maybe you can stand here. Like, you can look for picks here, and if the enemy team pushes into you, you can just grapple back to safety.
Yeah.
Okay? But you do not want to play the same angle as your team, because you're just shooting shields and tanks and shields. See? Do you see how the enemy team is shielding you? Like, they're shielding towards you, so they're protected. But look, if you stand... Okay, I mean, right there's like a Genji that you probably could have killed. But if you stand here, like, this sight line is exposed. Look, if you stand over here, this sight line is exposed.
Yeah.
Okay. Do not play with the team, and you get more opportunities. Because, yeah, this team fight, you're just shooting shields again. There we go. Finally, she dies. Lucio's perma-inting. Interesting.
It's an interesting elo.
It is. What is this, like, mid-diamond?
No, this is like 3,000.
Oh, okay, so barely diamond. Unlucky. There you go. See, like, that, like, you got the pick, which is good, but it's kind of a dirty pick. Like, you need to land those headshots. You're aiming super low. Okay, there's Arya's AFK. This is indeed a very interesting elo. Okay, do you see how your teammates have pushed up?
Yes.
Okay, so again, a pick is when we get a team fight. A pick is when we get a kill before the team fight starts. Okay. The further forward your team is, the earlier the team fight starts.
Yes.
Right? So if, like, I'm gonna, like, as an extreme example, let's say you play here and your entire team is playing back here. Then you can get a pick, no problem, because you can just kill someone before they get to your team. But let's say your team is playing here and you're playing, like, back here. Again, this is like an extreme example.
Yeah.
You know, by the time you can get a pick from this position, the team fight will already have started. So that's why it's important that you always look at where your team is, and you need to position in a way so that you can get a pick before the team fight starts. Right here,
Push
this
this.
position is too far back. After you see your teammates push up, like if we go back a little. Okay, there we go. So you got the pick on the Kree, you get the pick on the Zarya. So your teammates are going to push up now. Why? Because you got 2 kills. Obviously, if you get a bunch of kills, your teammates are going to push in. So you need to react and you need to immediately move forward. And you can just grapple hook up here, and then you can play this position. Okay? And then from here, you can like try to spawn camp. Maybe you can drop down and you can play from here. But you just need to have an aggressive angle. But standing back here, this is too passive. See, like this McCree, if you stand here, he's dead. Zarya is walking out of spawn, she's dead as well. You need to be in an aggressive position. Right here, the entire enemy team is behind walls. So now they start using ultimates, which means the team fight has started. And as Widowmaker, you're just not that useful in the middle of a team fight because too much stuff is going on. Okay?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Huge brig. Nice. Okay. See, you keep playing the same position. Like, you need to change these positions up. Just try playing over here, maybe. Or again, like, you can play over here. But just avoid playing the same angle over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay. The enemy team is AFK. Okay, right there again, you missed opportunities to kill the Ana, potentially. That could have been... See, like, right there as well. Like, it's lucky that the Doomfist didn't kill anyone, but if you headshotted him, it would have been better. Nice. So in that team fight, that's a team fight, like, that's a good example where you didn't really need to look for a pick. The enemy Doomfist just kind of turbo-entered and basically just gave you the pick for free. I want the enemy team to be able to, like, engage without just dying. Oh, no, they have a Widowmaker. Interesting. That's a very early ultimate. But again, like, look, you're playing from that same angle. What is she doing? Okay, she's scared. Interesting. Like, look, this is the, like, this is the first location she looks at.
Yeah.
Okay. Again.
I've been there the whole game. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to keep the enemies on their toes. Look, this angle. I mean, now there's a Winston in the way, but like with this angle, you would have completely surprised her. Or I guess it doesn't matter because this is low diamond and you can just EO check Widowmakers. Yeah, see, like, again, that McCree as well. You're aiming so low. Like, your crosshair placement needs to be much better. See, again, like, you're so passive, like, you're just chilling. Like, use this time to reposition, you know? If you want to play super aggressive, like, you can even go over here, you know? I mean, imagine if the McCree isn't there and you can just play this angle. Like, you need to, like, every single team fight, like, as Widowmaker, it's very easy to fall into the trap where you win a team fight and then you're like, oh, I won the team fight, I don't want to change anything. But as Widowmaker, you, like, every team fight, you need to do something else. You can't play the same position over and over again. Good, got the kill on the Ana. See, because look, now you're changing your position, but you're changing your position in the middle of the fight. While you're changing, like, you get the pick on the Ana, and then look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like look, you're like not doing anything. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Insane brig. Okay, but I think this should just be clean up. So we can skip that. Or do they win? Ooh, they win.
No, I think they lose here.
Okay. See, like this position again is so far back, you can't shoot anything. Don't wait for opportunities to get to you. Like as Widowmaker, you need to look for them. You need to be very fast. With a character like McCree, it's the exact other way around. As Cree, you don't want to play super proactive unless it's absolutely necessary. With McCree, you just want to wait until the enemies go into you, and then you can flashbang and you can headshot and whatever. But with a pick-based character, you need to play very, very proactive and very, very fast. Okay.
I have them switch them around.
Do we have any questions so far?
I don't think so. I took a lot of notes, and it's pretty clear, yeah.
See, like, what is this position?
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, a pick is when you get a kill before the team fight starts. This position is not, like, you're not going to do anything here. I don't think I've ever seen someone be in this room, like, except for taking the health pack, maybe. But like, this room is just super duper useless, you know? Like, maybe you can play on the high ground, or you can just keep walking and you can just rush for like a flank position. But like, you need to do something, because if you stay here, like, the team fight is going to start before you get a kill. See, now the tanks are already like looking at each other, and your Reinhardt got hooked. So do you see the clock in the top left? It's been 24 seconds since the round started. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you had 24 seconds to get a pick. As you get into higher elo, that timer is going to get tighter and tighter. In high elo, you have like maybe 10 to 15 seconds to get a pick. Right here, the enemy team gave you like almost double that. They gave you like 24 seconds to get a pick, but you spent most of the time in the room not applying any pressure. And now your Reinhardt is dead. So even if you get a kill now, like, look, you can kill this McCree, maybe? Unlucky, but doesn't matter. Even if you, there we go, you killed the McCree. But like, it's too late. Your entire team is already dead. You can get another kill. Like, you can, like, maybe you can kill the Ana, I don't know. Like, even if you get more kills, it doesn't matter because it just takes too long. And then you're back in the room. And look, now you just keep shooting tanks. Maybe you can... Okay, right there was just a missed shot on the Ana. But yeah, again, this position is just so slow. Okay, now you're playing a bit more aggressive. Let's see if you can get a pick. And too late. Your Reinhardt is dead.
Damn.
Too slow. Way too slow.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have teams that play very, very passive, which means you have a lot of time to get a pick. But sometimes you have teams that like to play a bit more aggressive, right? And it's not like one playstyle is wrong, the other one is right. You know, like, both have their benefits. Okay? Mm-hmm. So if you have a very aggressive team, then you have less time to get a pick. But when you get a pick, your team is going to push in very hard, and they're going to get a lot out of that pick. But if you have a very slow and passive team, then you have a lot more time to get a pick, maybe even 2 picks. But obviously, when you get the picks, your team is not going to get as much out of it. So again, it's not like one is better than the other. They're just different. But yeah, right there, you have a very aggressive Reinhardt, so he's already dead, and you didn't manage to get a pick. So now you need to wait for your Reinhardt to respawn. And then maybe we can get something. Oh, that was a... Whoa! That was an insane hook. Okay. Okay. See, Roadhog is also a pick-based champion, by the way. A pick-based hero, so he wants to do the exact same thing you do.
Makes sense.
Okay, that's a very aggressive McCree position, but again, you know, like maybe instead of playing here, right? Like you need to be aware of the options that you have. Okay, so of course, like one position you can take is this. But so far, this round has been going for almost 2 minutes, and you've always been here. So it's very easy for them to predict your position. Sometimes you're here. Maybe the next team fight you can go here. Look, free pick on the enemy Ana, right? Sometimes you can go down here and you can just keep walking, you know, and then you can go to high ground from here. You know, hook shot, go from here. You can go like when your team is like when a team fight is lost. When you didn't get a pick and the team fight is lost, that gives you a lot of time to rotate. So maybe you play here and you try to get a pick, but you don't get a pick, and then your Reinhardt dies. Instead of falling back, just keep pushing in. Like walk, you know? Like you can walk all the way back here, and then by the time you're here, your Reinhardt is going to be back, and then you can get a pick. But you need to look for those opportunities where you can invest time into different positions, and you always want to have a different position. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so time flies by when you're looking at Widow gameplay. Haha. Do we have any final questions?
Oh, I don't think so. I think you answered more than the questions that I asked.
That is, I'm very, very happy to hear that. Okay, well, if you do have any more questions, as I said at the start, you can just send me a DM on Discord, and I will get back to you as quick as I possibly can. If you want to get more sessions, you can do that over the same link, in case you want to go over Widowmaker again. If you do get another session, I'm sorry, I need to do a little bit of marketing. If you get another session for Widowmaker, I would only do 30 minutes. Because like we already talked about so much, I don't think we need like a full 60 minutes. But if you get a session on like McCree or Tracer, I would do 60 minutes, so like we can do the full talk. Or if you don't get another session, again, my DMs are open. You can just ask me questions and I'll help you as much as possible. Okay?
Great.
Then I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Have a good one. See ya.
See ya.